Hello everyone, one Megalomaniac here today. I have a very special video for you today. We will be comparing the Reaper and AC-130. The Reaper is a 9 kill streak, 8 with hardline, and the AC-130 is a 12 kill streak, with 11 with hardline. So, this gameplay came from last night. I didn't really feel like playing a game today. I didn't play at all today. I've just been kind of lounging back, kind of letting my nerves take a simmer. So, the Reaper is an air-to-ground missile, AGM for short, and it is controllable to the ground, and it is beast, in my opinion. Remember, this is all my opinion. So I will explain everything on the screen of the Reaper. Okay, so, let me get a better shot here. So as you can see, on the very middle, there is a red square. Now, he is inside, so I can't get him, but if you look on the bottom right, you can see that there's a red square and you see a little guy in there. That means that you are most likely going to get that kill. Now, number in the middle, 316, is the distance from the ground, the missile to the ground. So as soon as that number gets down to the double digits, you might want to fire. I mean, you want to find someone, excuse me. You might want to find someone. There's a bunch of other junk on there that you really don't need to know. On the bottom right, again, if you see, there's also an ammo count. There are 14 missiles that can be fired. Most likely, you will not be able to fire all of them. There will always be one left over, which is kind of annoying. There's also like a compass on the bottom, I guess you could say, but it's really not that useful. So the only two really useful things, and obviously the aiming pointer, the red dot that appears on the ground is where you're aiming at. So you got the number on the top. In the top middle, you got the aimer on the middle, and you've got on the right-hand side, bottom right-hand side, you've got the ammo count. There is no timer on this one. There is no shown timer, excuse me. There is a minute it has. It lasts in the air for about a minute, or unless you use all of your ammo, which is usually by a minute. So, so as you can see, the red pointer is where the missile is going, and you don't get a lot of hit markers, but sometimes you do, and you've really got to find your enemies out quick. You might want to aim out of your because you can zoom in with the L2 button or the LT button. Use both there. So as you can see, sometimes you might not be able to find anyone, but most of the time you can find people, and you just got to keep firing. Don't stop firing, and as soon as you fire, lift your hands off of the button and see if you can scout out any enemies. Alright, then, so the Reaper is like I said, a 9 kill streak, and it is pretty beastly. Now, the AC-130 is a 12 kill streak, and usually is paired up with the Reaper. So let's get into the AC-130. Okay, so now I have a couple things of explaining to do. The first one is the block in the middle. You are, right now, if you are looking at this site, you are on the 105 millimeter shot, which is basically one large shot that you can shoot, and it will come down to the ground. It's pretty similar to a Predator missile, except you can't control it. None of these you can control. As soon as you pick your target, that's where it's going, no matter what. So that's what it looks like for the 105 millimeter shot. I don't really know how it's in millimeter, but whatever. That right there, my friends, is the 40 millimeter shot. That has 4 shots before it can be reloaded, and yes, the weapons have to be reloaded. The one, I'm not sure how it takes. I think it takes like 7 seconds to reload. The 4s, I think they all take the same amount of time. I believe it's 7 seconds. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So that is your 40 millimeters, and you don't see it too much, but ow, wait for it. There it is. That is the 25 millimeter shot. You have 20 of those. I don't know why it says 14. You have 20 of those shots before they can be reloaded. And they are basically just bullets basically that you shoot down. And if I didn't say before, the 40 millimeters are kind of tiny missiles, like they're mini missiles. They have they have about the blast radius of bigger than a C4, but not as big as a Predator missile. So those are all your shots, and that's how they look. So now let's look at the gameplay from it. As you can see, like I said, there is no way that you can aim it. You gotta aim, and then that's where it goes. You can't, toggle the aim. There is no red little circle on the bottom. So sometimes you might not get people you're targeting for, even though you think you are. So don't get all, oh, I got it. No, you might hype yourself up for nothing. And I will show you an example of what each bolt looks like, just for fun. This is what a 105mm shot looks like. As you can see, it's a very big missile, and it has a very large blast radius. And can kill anywhere from a Predator missile's blast radius, which is a very, very large blast radius. This is a shot from the 40mm shot cannon. It is, like I said, it's not as big as the 100. It's a slight little, line, and that's what it looks like. And this is the blast radius. As you can see, it is not very big. The blast is not very big at all, but it makes up for it by having 4 shots. So you can fire 4 of these bad boys before you have to reload. This is a shot from a 25mm shot cannon, and this one kind of acts just as bullets, and here is the example. So as you can see, your enemy just kind of dies. That's all it is, really. It's not very powerful. There's no blast radius. You have to be directly on target. And I know slow-mo death. Let's speed it up a bit. And you can hear other shots in the background. And the Reaper missile is kind of basic. And this is the Reaper missile. It is your standard Predator missile, Javelin missile, any missile in the game really that isn't special. And this is its blast radius. Before I detonate it, that is the red target that you'll see if you are targeted. So just explosions everywhere, yay! And the blast radius is pretty large, so you won't be really worrying about not getting a kill. Okay, so some pros about the Reaper. It is controllable. It is longer lasting than the AC-130. The AC-130 lasts about 45 seconds, and the Reaper lasts about a minute. It is less amount of kills to earn, which means that the Reaper is a 9-kill streak, and the AC-130 is a 12-kill streak. Higher kill potential on most maps. If you're playing on a very, a lockdown type of map, you will not get any kills on with both kill streaks. The cons are, it is actually hard to control. Usually where you put the missile, it'll get blocked by like a tree or something like that. There is a lot of junk on the screen that you really don't need there, like the stuff in the corners, and you really don't need the feet marker or whatever you measure it in. And there is only 1 flare. That means that it takes 2 rockets to shoot it down. Alright, so the AC-130 pros. There are 3 types of firearms, which, the 105, the 40, and the 25mm. It toggles between thermal and colored view, which means, as you can't see it in this one, because I haven't figured it out yet, thermal is actually way better than the color view because you can see the outlines of most people. And it is a multi-kill potential, which means with the big missile you can get multi-kills, which is pretty cool, I guess. And the cons are, can't control it, lower kill potential on most maps, you have to reload the weapons, only lasts for 45 seconds, and is a 12-kill streak opposed to 9. And a con for both of them is that they are both moving, so you can't always be on target, which is basically towards the AC-130 more. Alright, so I have named the pros, the cons, the goods, the bads, which means the same thing. Now it is time to see the winner. And the winner is the Reaper. Everyone, the Reaper is the winner over the AC-130. Think about that. A 9-kill streak, in my opinion, all my opinion, okay, is better than a 12-kill streak. Now, is it better than the Pavlo? I don't know. Because, like I've said in multiple videos, Pavlo just gets shot down every time for me, so I can't really compare that. But the Reaper wins this episode of kill streak comparisons. And I picked these two because they are kind of similar. They're both, you know, planes in the sky, and they shoot down bad people. I don't know. So, yep, my Reaper does get destroyed, but I hope you have enjoyed. I hope that you agree with me. In free-for-all, that is my preference point. I don't play any other game types. So that's my preference point. I hope to see you next time, and I hope to do another kill streak comparison. See you guys on my next one.